I'm Dr. Holt. I'm a lecturer in physical geography. I'm actually a glaciologist by trade. Today I'm going to show you the demonstration of our fluvial model, our physical fluvial model. Up here we have a pump, a water container beneath my feet here. We have a pump which pumps water through the system, flows down this fluvial channel and through the plug hole into another bucket down the end there, pumps the water back up to this end again. So we have the yellow, which is the largest grain size, the white, which is the intermediate, and then the black, which is kind of the smallest grain size. What that does actually is recreate a natural riverbed quite well, because as we know, in fluvial systems there are different size sediments. Not all rocks, not all clasts are the same size. As this river channel develops, you'll perhaps be able to see how the different sediments migrate from up here down towards the mouth of the river down there. And actually you can always start seeing that there's much more black sediments being transported and deposited further downstream. And actually there's some actually yellow clasts down there as well. Okay? So from a sedimentology perspective, this is fantastic for looking at erosion, transportation and depositing of sediments. I guess the second thing we can then use this for is to look at the fluvial process, the channel processes itself. So the development of gravel bars, for example, or the erosion of banks of the river. And this is quite important because then we can take the physics, if you like, the mathematical processes and mathematical understanding that we learn in the lecture theatre and see how this relates to reality. So if we really ramp up the discharge, the flow of the river, we can start seeing now how this is really starting to affect the landforms down the river. Okay. You can now see that the channel, particularly down here, is very straight, very fast. So we can look at different hydrograms, if you like, different flow speeds and discharge of the river. We can perhaps slow down and look how regular flow interacts now with this newly formed flood channel. And the final thing that I guess which is really useful for is for looking at sea level change. I guess climate change and sea level rise using just a plug down there. There we go. Let's use the plug. So we can artificially recreate sea level rise now down in that deltaic system. And you can see gradually the water level down there at the end of the flume will rise. And if we left this running for long enough, we'd probably be able to see how this deltaic environment started to change. And that's really important for population, for people living in those areas, particularly in America or Bangladesh, where it's a very deltaic system. We can start looking how flooding or climate change and sea level rise interacts and changes those deposits and the floodplain down in the deltas there. Also down here, this is where the fun begins, ladies and gentlemen. We have some vegetation down here, so if we wanted to look at management techniques or mitigation techniques of flooding or channel development, we can start playing with these different kind of funky things. So let's have a look. Where's channel? I'm going to stick these just in here and see how vegetation interacts with channel development. Well, fluvial geomorphology is great and river management is great because it's so descriptive. So this is a block and it's made of stone, so they call them block stones. Fabulous. So this is kind of management, flood management techniques, if you like. So let's see what happens. You can perhaps already start to see where I put the vegetation. There's certainly a channel or a bank kind of being formed behind there. Just on that braided river system. It's really nice, actually really nicely braided. And we've also got, let's say these are kind of bridge piers, if you like. So we've got structures within the river as well to see how putting different kind of structures within riverbeds will affect the sediment distribution, will affect the flow properties of the river. Something which can be modelled mathematically, but perhaps not visualised particularly well. That's really kind of just a quick demonstration. As I said, it will be used for teaching catchment systems in the second year as of this year. It's also available for students to use for dissertations as well, so we can look at channel migration, channel management. So what we could do with this is just take a camera and take photos around there, around the flume at different time intervals and recreate the digital elevation models using some cool remote sensing and GIS techniques. There's a whole load of different topics or themes or ideas that you can do with a system like this as well.